Hit that like button if you like this video, and subscribe for more quality content.
What's up, guys? It's Cody from Cardboard Cravings. I'm just here to do my ALTERGIEST deck profile. Obviously I played ALTERGIEST. I took it to YCS NIAGARA. Did okay, went X3 through day 1. I really enjoyed the deck. I think I'm probably going to play it for Toronto Regionals. Maybe change up a couple things, but I guess let's get right into it. Obviously you play 3 Multi-Faker, best card of the deck. 3 Marionetter. This is one of your 2 normal summons. It kind of starts your board if you don't draw into a Altergeist trap. This one sets it from deck, can't be ashed. Ogring, it's not really relevant, so it still works out. Marionetter has a really good second effect if it gets to send another Altergeist monster you control to the grave to special one out. So it works out with Multi-Faker when you go for damage, because Multi-Faker has to summon in defense position. So you can tribute that one off and special a 1 from your graveyard and attack, so you can go for more damage. 3 Meluseek, this is your other normal summon. If you don't draw Multi-Faker, this is the next best thing, because you can Link Karibo it off or Clara and Rushka it off for to search a Multi-Faker. Play 2 Silkwoodus. It's kind of a brick when you see it, so you only want to ever summon it out of the deck from Multi-Faker. It also works well with spoofing, shuffling it back so you can summon it off Multi-Faker if you banish one with Desires. And the 1 Konkiri. I know a lot of people side this. I really like maining it because I ran into a couple times where I would open Multi-Faker and Meluseek, and so I still wanted to get the search off Meluseek instead of searching another Multi-Faker and then getting Mind Crushed and losing 2 Multi-Fakers. I would search Konkiri, and it's a way to stop attacks. Also, a really cool interaction I did with it was my opponent had Midbreaker Field, so I Solemn Strike something, didn't destroy it, but then I summoned out Multi-Faker and summoned Konkiri to target the Midbreaker Field, negate the Midbreaker Field, so I could impermanence his Isolde. And then for hand traps, 2 Ash. That's all I have room for in the deck. I was playing a DD Crow and a Bell just to get around Midbreaker Field, but I found there are a couple traps that worked out better. Onto the spells. 2 Shared Ride, 2 Duality, and 2 Desires. I was playing 0 and then 1 Duality. I just found that it bricked a lot, but with 2 Duality it's really nice. Like I said, you don't typically special summon a lot, and it just helps you dig 3 cards deeper. You know, you can grab Order off of it, you can grab Warning, you can grab Judgment, so it just helps you dig for any cards that you might need. Onto the traps. The Altergeist traps: 3 Spoofing, 2 Protocol, 2 Manifestation. I was playing 3 Protocol, but I found that it was kind of a brick at 3. Like I said, you want to search it or set it off of Marionetter, or search it off Hextia or something like that. And this card is absolutely amazing. I think Manifestation is severely underrated. Being able to activate Manifestation and then chain Spoofing, shuffling back to Manifestation, so you will get your monster out on resolution, and because Manifestation isn't on the field, it doesn't destroy the monster, and then you can get your search off Spoofing. Or being able to like activate Manifestation, they would chain like Ignis or something, and you chain Protocol, tributing the Manifestation. You'll negate and destroy their monster, and you'll still get your special summon from the grave. So like, and then you can also do the same with Silkwoodus. You can bounce the Manifestation. So like, just being able to get free cards, and then being able to get your traps back from the grave, like Manifestation is just really, really good. Standard Solemn Engine. I mean, paying life points kind of sucks, but it's irrelevant if you can beat them. It's just too strong right now. Like I said, in any going first deck, if you're playing staple traps, you need to be playing the Solemn Engine. It's just too good. Other hand traps, 3 Impermanence. So it's not too good because it does lose to Midbreaker Field, but you are playing a trap-based deck. So I mean, you need to play it in this deck. And I mean, if you open Impermanence Multi-Faker and you're going second, it's still a cool interaction. 2 Torrential Tribute. This is what I added in for the Bell and the DD Crow. Like I said, I just found that it works out a little bit better. If you can't special summon because of Desires and you have normal Meluseek, you can on their turn, obviously Torrential Tribute something, Meluseek effect, grab a Multi-Faker, and you have another trap. When you activate the other trap, You can multi-figure then. So Torrential Tribute is really, really good. And in combination with Strike, even going second, you can set Tribute Torrential Strike. They'll summon one monster, you Torrential, they'll negate with Tri-Gate or something, and then you strike it. Heavy Storm Duster. This caught a lot of people off guard. A lot of people were citing this. I felt like maining it was proper, especially going first. If people knew you were playing Altergeist, sometimes they didn't always want to Twin Twister your back row right away. They were going to wait for either you to activate Spoofing or Protocol or Order, which is the big one. So they would usually set the Twin Twister. So as soon as on end phase they would set it, I would just snipe it out of their hand, snipe it out of the field, and then summon Multi-Faker. So Heavy Storm Duster was really strong. And then 2 1-ofs, 1 Rivalry, 1 Order. Obviously this is your win condition for most decks. And then this, I played 41 cards, so this was my 41st. I originally cut it and put it at 40 for the longest time, but I figured that there's still a good amount of decks that lose to this card depending when you do it. You can still beat Sky Striker when they go Hornet, you activate Rivalry, or when they bring out Summon Sorceress, you can do it on that. It still works out for a lot of different decks where Rivalry is still good. And then obviously, there are a bunch of decks that don't lose to Rivalry, so you just side it out. And then I put enough side deck cards where it was still okay, but I liked it at 1 because I didn't want to play it at 3 because I didn't have the room, and B, there were still a good amount of decks that don't lose to Rivalry, so if I see it, I see it. If I don't, I don't. It's not a huge deal to me. And I didn't find that it hurt consistency, so I wasn't worried. So onto my side, 2 Evenly going second, self-explanatory. 2 Inspector Border. I was going to play 3, but I didn't have the room. You use this for Mirror Match and for Pure Tricksters. Anything like that. Goki going first because then they can't activate any of their monster effects, and if they hard draw Instant Fusion, then if they're the best of the best. 3 Cherries because going second into Goki, like I said, I only play 2 hand traps that that don't lose to Midbreaker Field, and that's an Ash, and they can usually play around 1 hand trap. So if I can, open an Ash and Reaper, it can at least stop them, hopefully. 1 Metaverse, 1 Secret Village. I was gonna play 2 and 2, but again I didn't have the room. It just stops Sky Striker, anything that's spell based, and then all your monsters are spellcasters, so it just works out. 2 Iron Wall going first because Evenly is a good card. It also is good for like Thunder Dragons, Invoked, Dinos. That's really it. It's also good against the hero deck where they make Dark Law, because then Dark Law is pointless. 2 Different Dimension Ground. It's kind of the opposite of Iron Wall, so I would play it first into Goki, into BA, anything like that where their graveyards matter. And then 2 Waking the Dragon. I played it originally, and then I took it out, and then I decided to put it back in last minute because everyone likes to Twin Twister your back row. So if I don't have an order or anything, there's a chance of them hitting this. This actually won me my round 6 match because he hit it on my turn, so I was able to summon out Super Heavy Samurai Steam Train King. Some people regard it as a gimmick, but the nice thing is also, if you have a Multi-Faker, you can summon Hextia, and because Multi-Faker says if you summon him and then use a summon effect, you can't summon monsters the turn except for Altergeist. So you can do that. You can also use it to summon out a Multi-Faker directly from the deck because it does say deck or extra deck. So if you are like hurting for advantage or something, you can summon out Multi-Faker, you can summon out Marionetter. But yeah, no, it's typically used for Ulti-Falcon or something like that. And then when they see this, it makes them kind of scared to hit your back row. So it's I actually really like this card. Onto the extra deck, we played 3 Hextia. The third does come up. I know a lot of people play 2, and I was debating about the third one over Cerberus, but I found that realistically I have 2 ways of outing one of their monsters, and Cerberus was just too restrictive because it's only in the main monster zone, and I could just Silkwood something away or Meluseek something away, so I just found that better. So the 3 Hextias I really enjoyed. 1 Prime Banshee because it helps you get over Ulti Falcon. If you somehow pop their back row and you can make a Prime Banshee with a Hextia next to it, that's 3,600 for the Hextia, and the Hextia will attack over Ulti Falcon. Link Rebo, it's best card. You can play 2, but I played 1 Claire and Rushka instead because if I'm under Rivalry, I can still make this. And it's more or less the same thing. 1 Wee Witch Apprentice because this is to get over Border. There's like a backwards way to get into this where this will be at 19 obviously, and then Border will be at 15, and then you can hit over it. It involves like if you have like a Meluseek, a Trap, and a Multi-Faker in hand, you can like Meluseek, go into Link Karibo, don't activate the effect, but you can, because you can activate 1 effect now, and then you activate a Trap, summon Multi-Faker, that's your 1 effect, and then you use the Multi-Faker and Link Karibo to go into Wee Witch, and then you can attack Border and out Border. In future, I would probably take this out and just play the Dino Wrestler in my side, because that's a much easier out to Border. Ningirsu, just non-targeting removal. Cherries targets, because, you know, Cherries targets. The 2 Nightmare Monsters, again, just more spot removal, just going, you know, popping back row if I can't do it with my monster or my other monsters, and then just, you know, spinning something back. This can especially save you if you're under your own Imperial Order and you want to out it. It happened to me where I actually died to my own Imperial Order, just the way the life points worked out, and I was trying to find a way to make my unicorn so I could spin it back so I wouldn't die. 1 Pearl Sword, never made him, but he has to be in there in case you can't make him. Also, you can summon him off of Waking, and a cool interaction is that he's dark, Link Karibo is dark, and Ultimate Falcon is dark. So if they have Gozen up, you can still summon this if you activate Waking the Dragon. And the 2 Waking the Dragon targets, Ultimate Falcon and Super Heavy Samurai Steam Train King. No explanation needed, it's beat stick, it's unaffected. This is actually a really, really busted card. It has 3 effects where it can attack from defense using the defenses calculation, so it's 4,800. So it's just a giant beat stick. It can discard 2 cards on your turn and pop 2 back row. And then on your turn as well, you can banish all spells and traps from the graveyard and then inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each card banished. So, like I said, you know, I play a fairly trap-heavy deck. I think it's like 20 or 21 traps. So, I mean, even half of that, that's still 2K. And then, you know, against Sky Striker, banishes all of their graveyard. Draco is the same. So this can, you know, if you're in time and you don't get a battle phase, you can still technically win with this. And then you can also ditch 2 traps to pop 2 of their back row, so that's 4 right there. And then even if you have 0, you can use it to banish and then inflict for 800. So yeah, it's still like, it's very situational. I wouldn't really make it on my opponent's turn because it has no protection, but on my turn, it's so good. And then it forces them to strike it or something, so it forces you to forces them to like out this monster instead of outing like a Multi-Faker or something like that. Yeah, like I said, there were a couple things I'm probably going to change for this deck. I'm actually a big fan of it though. You know, it's I think it's a strong deck. It's still a top 5 deck, and it can beat almost any deck going first. You know, obviously going second is a challenge, but I'm a big fan of this deck, and you know, I hope to see it do decently well. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Styling, no. Dissing, but got pictures with me smiling, no. All the things you need, you still want problems, though. All the things I know, I still been silent, though.